Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bradlow Morph, and today's video is going to be the first of a pair of videos dealing with new footwear. As many of you know, I normally buy salmon shoes, and as usual they've worn out like any other shoes do. Now they have worn out a little bit unusually. I say unusually, they've actually worn out in the normal wear pattern for me, which has led me to buy a specific type of insole to hopefully correct that. Now, there's more to these insoles than just a little bit more cushioning, and I will come on to them in a second. I will also show you how my shoes have worn in terms of the wear pattern, and how I hope that these insoles will not only help correct that wear pattern, but will also help with my feet in general. Now, the second part of this video, which will come out next week, will be with the new shoes, and I will obviously go into a little bit more detail on them when we get there, but they are naturally another pair of Salomons. So today's video is going to be concentrating on the new insoles, which are these, the Superfeet Blues, and I will go into more detail about them and what makes them so special, and why they're so expensive. They retail at £40 each. Now that obviously that is expensive when you compare them to the cheaper insoles that you can get. Certainly most people probably won't buy a pair of insoles for more than about £10, if that. So why are these so expensive? And obviously, would I recommend them? So let's switch the view and we'll get on with the video. Okay, so Superfeet Blue. Now, obviously you appreciate that being a full set of insoles, they're not going to fit in the cameras. What makes these so special to be able to be charged £40, for them to charge £40 for them? It's not just an ordinary pair of insoles. They are corrective insoles. They can't use the word orthopedic, but they can use the word corrective. And how do they do that, as opposed to just a normal pair of insoles that would probably do the same thing? Let's open up the packet and find out. So with these insoles, the first thing you'll probably notice is this plastic part at the back here. Now, the plastic part is actually what helps support your foot whilst in the shoe. This plastic bit not only helps support your foot naturally, as it's got a natural arch there, but it actually also helps with cushioning on your foot, or cushioning on your heel naturally. Now, under everybody's heel bone there is a natural fat pad, and as you get older and as you walk around more, that fat pad tends to break down. Now, as many of you know, I turned 40 last year, so I'm getting a little bit older, so I need to start looking after myself, and particularly my feet, more. That's why partly the reason I've gone for the Superfeet. As I say, this plastic cup at the back will actually help support the natural fat pad in your heel, give you more natural cushioning. The other thing that it does, it also helps correct any, I can never remember whether it's pronation or supination, but basically one is where your knees turn in slightly and one is where your knees turn out slightly, and give you an uneven wear on your shoe grip, which, like I say, I will show you in a second. It's also got an antibacterial top coating there to help prevent any foot smell, which we all get. And they are naturally, they have a bevel in them to make fitting into your shoes a little bit easier. As I say, they are expensive, but they are worth it. Now, I've already mentioned the heel cup, the support, and the antibacterial coating. With these being a supportive insole, I'm trying to use every word apart from orthopedic because they're not an orthopedic insole. Being a supportive insole, they do have to fit correctly into whatever shoe you use. Now, obviously I'm going to use my new shoes to put these on, but even if you put these in an older pair of shoes, they still need to fit properly. There can't really be any slop at the front, any slop at the back, otherwise the insole will move and it kind of defeats the object. So that's the basics of the superfeet. Now I'll briefly show you my new shoes, and I will show you fitting them in and how you need to fit these superfeet in to make sure that they fit properly. So I will be back in a second with both my old shoe and one of my new shoes. Okay, so this is one of the XA Pro 3Ds that I had, and I hope you can see here where the sole has actually been worn more or less flat. There's no grip left on that sole, whereas there's still a fair amount over on this side, which shows that I basically walk on the outside of my foot and then roll in. With the new insoles, I am hoping to correct that. As you can see, that is pretty heavily worn there compared to the rest of the shoe. The rest of the shoe's all right. Problem is, if I carry on walking on these, I will be down to the chassis in next to no time. So probably best to change my shoes now and hopefully get a few more years out of the new ones with the insoles. So with that being said, let's swap over briefly to the new shoe and take the insole out, and I'll show you exactly how they work. Now this is one of my new shoes. This is the Salomon Kinthos, and as I say, I'll go into a little bit more detail about them next week. Let's get that insole out and I'll show you how we match it up. Paper, insole, put the shoe to one side. Okay, so that's the insole from the shoe itself. This is the superfeet, or superfeet insole, superfoot insole. Let's get the correct one. Okay. So match the heel up. In this case, the bottom of the heel on the superfeet, as that obviously, as I say, that part cups your actual heel, and this is the part that fits right at the bottom. It's actually not a bad fit. You can see in terms of the length, it's more or less spot on. In terms of the width, actually that's not a bad fit at all. As I say, there is a slight beveling on the superfeet, so it will actually fit in the shoe a little bit more. So I reckon they will fit in my new Salomons without any adjustment. I will check that out right now, and I will show you. I'll show you whether they fit or not. Okay, here we go. Superfeet insole should just slide straight in. That'll be a little bit, might need a little bit of persuasion. Obviously everything's brand new, so it might need a little bit of persuasion. Check that it's down at the front there, which it is. That's actually a rather nice fit. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Nicely supportive, nice fit. I'll try the shoes on off camera, and obviously I've got to film the shoes anyway. But yeah, the superfeet fit in nicely. Try saying that when you're drunk. But yeah, let me just try it on. Well, as I say, I'll try it on off camera and see how they fit. But yeah, they've gone in with a little bit of persuasion, but they are a good fit. Only time will tell now whether they actually do their job properly and whether they make my feet feel a little bit better as I'm walking. Now, because they are supportive insoles, they will take about 30 days to break in. No, that's the green ones. These ones will take a couple of weeks to break in. There are different colours for different supports. I've got the blue ones. These are the low volume ones. They will go in shoes and most mid boots. The green ones are for full boots mostly, but there are different varieties out there of superfeet. Would I recommend superfeet to everybody? No, I wouldn't. Main reason being is because of the cost, because of the price. They are prohibitive. They are very, very good insoles, but they are also cost prohibitive. So it's just something to be aware of when you, or if you decide to go for superfeet. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea of what superfeet are like and an idea of whether you think they would help you or not. Obviously, I can't speak for each individual. It is something you would have to discuss with the sales representatives in store. But as I say, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea. And, well, you know what the next video is going to be. So I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.